Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 73 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVA 9. We will start with the progress report. As you can see, my net worth plus that of the corporation is now at 232 billion ISK. If we want to go into the detail here, there's a drop in Tanak and Erica. That was a little bit of the headwind. The reason we didn't progress more that week was actually entirely my fault. Tanak didn't lose anything, but I did spend around 4.5 billion in skill injector this week. So the reason I wanted to do that is I was getting close to 50 million SP, and I wanted to make use of the fact that I could get a better return while I was under 50 million. So I just injected all the way to 50 million. So that's why you see that I did my own network dropped, Erica dropped because I took cash from her. Aside from that, Toy Company progressed pretty well this week. This is like ratting tax basically. So there's a little progression compared to last week. We are at the highest point we've ever been. So all in all, still going pretty good. Good progression here. Now, if you want to see HR, let's see HR. Here we are now at 612 member. I told you last week that we had a new corp that joined us, or junk joined the Wompire, join weapons of mass production. They're mostly an industrial group. A pretty large corp, around 100 character. So that's the increase in member came from that. If I go here in the overview, you can see that we got a nice little chunk here because of that corporation joining. So all in all, pretty good progression. Again, I can show you it's active. If you want to look at active PvPer, like a good indication of that is how many characters you have active in the 7 day. At one point this week, we even passed 160. So it will that fluctuate depending on who got on the kill board when, but we got to 160 at some point. So all in all, pretty good. Happy with the HR progression. The new group or junk, they are starting to get in the alliance. They're still in the process of moving their assets and getting in the pocket with us, but we're starting to see them living with us and starting to see them appearing on comm and everything. So that's it for the HR. Military. I told you we didn't have any big war. Well, those of you that are paying attention, we are under war deck right now by W or for whatever, some like no offense guy, but ISEC trash tier war decker. So that's about that's the description I would say. I don't have any I don't have much fear from ISEC war decker since we live in the pocket, but they did declare us as soon as our junk join us, and they did catch a few of the guys that were moving in the pocket. So I don't expect there will be much more people that will get caught. Beside that, I mean, basically the ISEC war decker go after the easy target, the people in ISEC that aren't used to war deck, that don't have the PvP reflex yet, and that are expecting their travel to be safe. They knew that the new guys that joined knew we were under war deck, but some of them are just not used to that, or just maybe the message didn't get to them in time, so should happen. We lost a few ship to them. We haven't in the last 2-3 days, I think. So anyway, all in all, I'm not worried about that. We could probably send the fleet to crush their HQ. It's just not worth our time. So for us, I mean, if they want to spend money every week to keep us a war deck, once the guy are in the pocket, sure, come and get us in null, and we're here. So no problem with that. So that's the war part. We didn't have any like real interesting war on the null side. We did try to get into a battle today, but we got blue balled, so that was it. But it was an attempt at third party from our side. Aside from that, we're living in our null pocket. We're roaming every night or every day, depending on your time zone. So we got regular roam, regular fighting in our space. So if you look at the kill board, you'll see that we have actually had a pretty good week. We're now at 38% dangerous, but this week we were at 58, so that pretty good week on the PvP side. Like that's it. People coming in our pocket, us roaming and hitting people in their space or filamenting out and hitting anybody that we find just for content. Nullsec life for an alliance that does PvP too. So that was pretty standard, if uneventful week, I would say. One interesting fight, because I at least like to show you one interesting fight. I told you last week that we Volta had some new renter on Bound Reborn from with the Doc Got Game, that we went to blow up their mining fleet initially, just to give them a welcome. We didn't harass them this week, but they came to our pocket trying to bait us with Volta support behind to blow up us. So they came in Cormorant. We answered in Caracol. Actually, I know that Doc was saying that we bring cruiser to a destroyer fight or whatever. I mean, Caracol for us is our standard, is our baseline doctrine ship for small stuff. So that's what we fly. So we are. So we did answer with Caracol. We knew that Volta was ready to drop too. So. We did manage to actually even get one Voltalaki and got out of there before the fight got more dangerous. So that was a good win for us. So I can't win them all. Volta still way ahead of us on the kill board if we count the last time that they hit our Macarial fleet. So. That, all in all, that was a good week for us, and a good fight here. We're not. I mean, these guys, we actually like them, Doc and Unbound Reborn. So we're not chasing them around. We'll fight them if they show up to our space, and I mean, that's about it. But aside from that, he's actually pretty funny, and most of our guys now watch his streams. What else? Oh yeah, we did have a fleet today with our new doctrine, so you can see this beautiful Muninn here. Not sure which head is the front in there. Anyway, it's our new doctrine ship. We switched from Macarial to Muninn because of the bang for the buck. Macarial fleet is very, very expensive to SRP. We can lose a lot more Muninn than Macarial if I'm counting on the wallet, and we are a relatively young alliance, so we don't have old money, we don't have a sugar daddy, we don't have like tons of renter shooting money our way. So for us, we got to fight keeping our wallet in mind and be smart about this. So this fit a lot more into our what we can afford. We did our first fleet with them today. It was a Eurotime fleet, so a significant part of the corp. It was early, so early weeknight, so not many people from the NA side could join. Still, we managed to get 60 people in fleet with above 30 Muninn. So all in all, pretty good. I would say that on a max form, on our max timer, we might be able to get 80 of those bad boy. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with the progression this week. We are looking forward to using them in real fleet operation, obviously. So that's about it for the military side. Industrial side, well, this week has been PI galore. And if I'm looking just by the PI tax that we're getting from the POCOs, a lot more members are doing PIs right now. The new industrial change make PI valuable, like very valuable, because they're using a lot more of the production chain. So PI is more interesting. More of our guys are starting to do it. There's been requests internally for guides on how to set up PI properly. There's a ton on the internet, but we did make some internally for Womp. We're helping the guys understand how this works. I would say that many of our members are doing it. The corp, some people in corp will buy them for material. We don't have a PI buyback program in corp, but individual members set up we're a very free market oriented, where I don't want to micromanage everything at the corp level. But the guys, I mean, somebody doing P4 will buy lower tier stuff and stuff like that. So there's a dynamic that is setting itself up. Obviously, people are still reacting to the big industrial change, so I think it will take at least 2 or 3 weeks for the entire production line to be back to full strength and to be well oiled. The other thing we've been doing a lot on the industrial side is gas mining. I remember that a few weeks ago, whenever there was a wormhole in the pocket, we kind of try to roll it as fast as possible to avoid roamer in the pocket. Right now, when there's a wormhole in the pocket, the first thing we do is we go scan if there's gas sight in there, and then try to make max use of it. So gas mining is becoming more and more important. We have biochemical reaction running in the pocket, so we have 2 systems. We're spreading our reaction over 2 systems now. So we have one system where we're doing composite reaction, and the other one where we're doing biochemical. So it keeps our reaction index lower, so we get better yield from them. So that's about it for industry. All in all, again, it's a slow progression this week. Everything is I mean, there's not necessarily big event every week in a corp, but still, all in all, it's going pretty great. Political, well, Pureblind has been very, very stagnant this week. Nothing significant happened. No exchange of territory. There was one in Tosis here, and I think it was a no-show. We didn't get involved. I mean, it's just I think Volta owned the iHub here, and it was just a TCU fight, so no point in us forming. Aside from that, I think Bender's starting to attack, and they destroyed one station from toilet paper here. That was in code space, but all in all, pretty uneventful. For us, we are kind of, let's say, we don't have any clear path of expansion locally. So internally, our guys have been like brainstorming a lot. Okay, what can we do to expand? And we came up with a few plan. But the thing is, the thing is, when we got a corp that is now our size, if you want to move, or even if you want to claim a constellation, like let's take just a constellation like here, 6 system. You want to, let's say you want to claim a constellation, even if you got 0 resistance, you're talking about at least 600 mil per system for the IOB and TCU. That's a baseline. So already talking about 3 bill. And then you need to have the pirate array upgrade and the mining upgrade. So you're talking at least 20 bill just for the SOV and to get the SOV to a workable level to claim a new constellation. 20 bill is, I mean, some people will say, yeah, 20 bill, nothing there. I mean, I'm not at a point where I'm saying 20 bill would break a corp like Womp, not at all. But it is significant money that you need to pile up. And then if you want to claim more than what we have here, like let's say we want 2 constellation, well, that 20 bill is getting to be 40 bill. So and then you have to replace all your structure rigs and stuff. So it needs to run an alliance our size and get into the SOV holding entity seriously. It needs like significant amount of money. So any expansion plan that we have, we would need at least an extra 30 to like even probably more 40 bill, 50 bill in our corp wallet before we can consider large scale expansion anywhere else than where we are now. Would we grab a system or 2 somewhere close by? Yeah, that is something that we could do, obviously. If we're talking a full constellation, then it's becoming a lot more expensive. We're looking at ways to try to get that. If we go and grab that money just grabbing, we're talking about maybe 2 months at the current rate. So we're trying to see if we can speed things up a little bit, because you want to be in a strong enough financial situation that you can take a loss, which is clearly where we are now. I mean, we have a good amount of liquidity. We got a big we got some padding on the wallet that we can lose a few fleet, but you need to keep that. You don't want to invest everything and then end up losing a fight and being bankrupt. So you need to have some padding on your wallet to be able to consider expansion, because you need to afford the SOV, the upgrade, the possibility of losing a few fleet. So you need the SRP money. You need these wars get expensive with time. So we're at the point where we're mostly in crabbing mode, just padding the wallet and looking at option to try and like acquire money faster. I don't want to raise the tax on our member. Some stuff we are considering is mercenary rework. We do have a significant combat fleet that we could use in null, low, or even ISEC if need be, if it's worthwhile for us. But again, we don't necessarily have we're not a weak corp, but we don't have if you just look at our kill board, if you look at our recent kill board, we're progressing. Like we're improving and getting stronger and stronger every week, but we don't have like a strong track record to be to look on paper like a very strong mercenary corp. So, but it is something that we would consider. That's one of the way we're looking at it. or that, or I find myself a sugar daddy, or I sell my bathwater or whatever. But if we want to expand faster, we need to acquire more fun, or else we're in a mode where we're probably going to have to crap for at least a month or two before we can think of a bigger scale expansion. So that's about it for the politics and the long-term planning of the alliance. Aside from that, what else? Tanak, I set up my own PI. I got my 4-planet and I'm producing biogel. I'm making about, I would say, 60-70 mil a week in PI now with that setup. So it's extra passive income, pretty interesting. Aside from that, I got 50 million. I passed 50 million SP this week, so still progressing, still having fun. The game it's not boring, but I'm at it's reaching it's running at, I think this week I found the game was like slow paced for me. I'm eager to get to our next stage of progression. I'm eager to step in bigger league. But at the same time, we progressed fast. The reason we don't have old money and we don't have a super padded wallet is because we got to the point where we are very, very fast. But I don't want to stop there. I want to keep the ball rolling and I want to keep progressing. So that's it. So I'm just like telling you like how I feel right now. It doesn't really impact my enjoyment of the game. I'm still having fun. I'm having fun with the guy on Mumble. I'm doing Rome. We're doing stuff, and we're planning our next move and everything. But at the same time, I want us to be able to reach those next level, and for that we need money. So, and I'm not gonna, like some people are suggesting, flex to get money, and I'm not getting into that game. Not that I couldn't, but I'm not getting into that dynamic where you finance your progression by dumping cash to get plex. That's not my style. If I look at the amount of money I placed in the game so far, well, basically I'm paying for one subscription. At one point, Tanak got to the point where my subscription is paid by people using my referral link. I got Omega till the middle of I still got like more than a year of Omega right now. So the one thing that I'm paying is for my extra trading queue for an alt, and that's it. Aside from that, I always run at one account. I'm not the kind of guy that enjoy playing multiple alts, so I know everybody in EVE has 2 or 3 Omega account. Again, not something I'm looking to do. I play Tanak, and that's about it. And the other character are, just that other character that I'm not really interested in playing. I don't have a cap alt. I should, but I don't. And I want to keep going at it that way. So that's just to say that I'm not dumping large sum of money in the game just to finance progression. The one thing that do cost me more, though, is the IT services for the Alliance. We are now at a point where the server and the hosting for all the servers that we have on our Alliance portal is costing us $40 a month. We got a lot of services on our Alliance portal. Again, I'm paying for. We got a great IT guy internally that is running everything, but we're paying for the hosting of the server and everything, and 600 member on Mumble and everything. It takes some amount of CPU. It takes some amount of of memory, so you got to pay for the hosting. So it's costing us it's costing me about $40 a month just to run the Alliance. That's I think I'm starting to ramble now, so I think that's pretty much it for this week. What can you look forward to next week? Again, we don't have any planned operation. We don't have any planned fight. We do try to take the fleet out and maybe third party on some fight if it's interesting. We want to move forward and help our new member make themselves at home in the null pocket, get them up to speed to defend themselves in PvP. We are looking for, if there's an opportunity that arises, we will take it, but we don't have any aggressive plan for next week and more than just crabbing for now. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and if there's any comment, any question, feel free to ask, like, subscribe, and see you guys next week. Bye bye.